This episode felt like somebody threw gasoline on every single secret, every single lie, every fragile relationship, and then just stood back smiling while the entire thing exploded. I swear my heart was racing the whole time, like actual anxiety. I had to pause for a second because Grayson? Grayson? What are you doing? And the craziest part? He still thinks he can fix this. No, seriously. He actually thinks he can run away from Plasma, run away from Leah, run away from years of lies, and somehow start a cute little escape fantasy with Ashley like they're in some romantic movie. Sir, this is not a road trip. This is a criminal network. People die over this stuff. The second Grayson showed up at Ashley's house, I already knew something was wrong. You know those scenes where the character is breathing too hard, eyes darting around, acting desperate before they even say a word? Yeah, that. He looked terrified. Not nervous. Terrified. And honestly, that scared me too, because Grayson usually acts like he has everything under control. Even when he lies calmly. But this time, he was spiraling. And then he blurts it out. Come away with me. Excuse me? I almost screamed. Ashley looked stunned. Naomi looked stunned. I looked stunned. The entire atmosphere instantly turned insane. Because what kind of plan even is that? He's standing there asking Ashley to abandon her entire life, disappear with him, trust him blindly, while still hiding the truth from her. That's the part that made me angry. Not even the lies themselves anymore. It's the arrogance, the entitlement. Grayson genuinely thought Ashley would just take his hand and run because he has his reasons. Oh my God. Men always have reasons right before everything collapses. And Ashley, she finally snapped into reality. Thank God. Because I was getting so frustrated watching her continuously give Grayson chance after chance after chance. Every conversation with him felt like he was standing in front of a fire pretending it was only smoke. He keeps minimizing everything. He keeps acting like if he just protects Ashley a little longer, then somehow the truth won't destroy her. But the truth was already destroying her. You could see it all over Ashley's face in that scene. The confusion, the betrayal, the exhaustion. Imagine loving someone and realizing you don't even know who they are anymore. Imagine realizing every soft moment, every promise, every reassuring smile might have been built on manipulation. It hurts differently. And Naomi being there made everything even messier because unlike Ashley, Naomi isn't emotionally trapped by Grayson. Naomi was looking at him like he was insane. Honestly, she became the voice of the audience in that moment. Because the second Grayson started talking about running away, Naomi immediately understood something bigger was happening. This wasn't relationship drama anymore. This was danger, real danger. And then Ashley and Naomi suggest calling the police. That moment changed everything. You could literally feel Grayson panic. It was immediate. His whole energy shifted. Suddenly, he wasn't desperate anymore. He was angry, defensive, cornered, like an animal realizing there's no escape route left. And this is where the episode got terrifying to me because Grayson lashed out hard. The second he brought Naomi's marriage into it, I knew he was losing control. Him accusing Naomi's husband of being a corrupt cop out in the streets. Who? That was nasty. Low blow. But also suspiciously specific. That line did not come from nowhere. And see, this is why I can't fully hate Grayson even when he's acting ridiculous. Because underneath all the manipulation and panic, I think he genuinely believes everybody around him is dirty. Everybody compromised. Everybody trapped in systems they can't escape. That doesn't excuse him. Not at all. But it explains why he's unraveling. Still, the way he warned them before leaving, protect yourselves. You're being watched. Chills. Literal chills. Because suddenly, the room changed. Suddenly, Ashley and Naomi weren't just dealing with a lying boyfriend. They were dealing with surveillance, criminal networks, threats, fear, the invisible presence of plasma hanging over everything like poison in the air. And the scariest thing? I think Grayson meant every word. That man is terrified of Leah. Which brings me to the earlier confrontation between Grayson and Leah, because wow, that scene was pure psychological warfare. When Grayson dragged Leah into that office for a private conversation, I already knew he was making a mistake. You do not corner someone like Leah unless you're ready for war. And Grayson clearly wasn't, but he tried anyway. He demanded that Leah leave Ashley alone. He admitted he knew Ashley was being watched. And then this man actually threatened to leave Plasma and expose everything if Leah didn't back off. I had to laugh, not because it was funny, because it was delusional. Grayson still doesn't fully understand the kind of monster he's dealing with. Or maybe he does understand and he's just desperate enough to pretend there's still a way out. But Leah? Oh, Leah understood the situation immediately. That woman is ice. The way she mocked him, God. She practically looked at him like he was a child throwing a tantrum. And honestly, in her eyes, that's exactly what he was. Her response was terrifying because it revealed how Plasma truly operates. You don't get to leave. That's basically what she told him. Once you join, your life belongs to the organization forever. There's no retirement plan, no redemption arc, no walking away into the sunset. The only exit is death. And I swear, in that moment, Grayson finally realized how trapped he really is. You know what's tragic though? I think part of Leah actually does value Grayson. Not emotionally. Leah isn't sentimental like that. But strategically, absolutely. He's useful, experienced, connected. He knows too much. That's why she hesitated. Because Grayson's threat wasn't empty. If he snaps, if he panics enough, he could absolutely expose Plasma. Years of secrets, operations, names, connections, everything. And Leah knows that. But here's the thing about people like Leah. The second loyalty cracks, trust is dead forever. And that's why I think Grayson just signed his own death warrant. I mean, seriously, from Leah's perspective, how can she ever trust him again now? She can't. Even if he apologizes, even if he obeys, the fact he wanted out is enough. That's the rule in organizations like Plasma. Betrayal starts in the mind long before action happens. And now Leah knows, which honestly makes Grayson's next move even more important. Because personally, I think he's done trying to save the relationship with Ashley. I think that scene at her house was his final emotional gamble. His last fantasy, his last attempt at pretending he could still have a normal life. But Ashley destroyed that fantasy when she broke up with him. And she was right to do it. I don't even care if Grayson loves her. Love without truth becomes poison eventually. Ashley was drowning in confusion. Every answer led to another lie. Every explanation sounded rehearsed. At some point, protecting your peace matters more than protecting your relationship. Still, I feel bad for Grayson too, which is annoying because I don't want to feel bad for him. But I do, because now he has nothing. Ashley rejected him. Leah distrusts him. Plasma is watching him. Naomi sees him as dangerous. And honestly, he's probably sleeping with one eye open now. That's why I think he's going to run. Not with Ashley anymore. With his mother. I really believe that the moment Ashley refused him, something in Grayson changed. You could see it. Like he mentally crossed the line. He's no longer trying to preserve his fake life. Now he's trying to survive. And his mother? That's probably the only person left he truly cares about protecting. I can already picture the next episode. Grayson throwing clothes into bags in the middle of the night, looking out the window every 5 seconds, turning off lights, hearing imaginary footsteps outside, his mother asking questions while he refuses to answer directly. God, the paranoia is going to be unbearable. But here's where I get frustrated again, because none of this had to happen this way. Grayson had another option. Jacob? Why is he not gone to Jacob yet? This is what drives me crazy. If Grayson really wants redemption, if he truly wants to destroy Plasma, then Jacob is the answer. Period. Tell him everything. Names, routes, surveillance, Leah, all of it. Yes, it would destroy Grayson's life, but his life is already destroyed. At least confession gives him a chance to save other people, because right now he's still trying to control the damage alone, still trying to play both sides, still trying to outsmart an organization that clearly owns him psychologically. That never works, ever. And meanwhile, the episode quietly dropped another terrifying detail that people are not talking about enough. Leah herself is being watched. Oh my God. That changes the whole game. Because Leah is not the kind of person who scares easily. The fact someone reported surveillance around her means another force is moving behind the scenes, another player, another predator. And immediately my mind went to Marcel. I mean, come on. It makes too much sense. Marcel has always had this energy like he sees more than he says. Calm, patient, observant, the kind of man who gathers information quietly while everybody else underestimates him. Could he be investigating Leah independently? Absolutely. Could he already know about Plasma? Maybe. Could he be building a case secretly while everybody else is distracted by emotional chaos? Oh, I think so. And honestly, Leah should be worried. Because the thing about powerful people is they become arrogant. They think they're untouchable. But the second they become the target instead of the hunter, they start making mistakes. I'm telling you right now, if Marcel is truly the one following Leah, then this story is about to explode in a completely different direction. And imagine if Jacob and Marcel somehow connect the dots at the same time. Game over. Actual game over. Still, I can't stop thinking about Ashley. Because beneath all the conspiracy stuff, she's the real emotional victim in this disaster. She fell in love with someone who was never fully honest with her. And now she has to live with the fear that her entire life may have been under surveillance without her even knowing it. That's horrifying. Can you imagine trying to sleep after hearing you're being watched? I couldn't. I'd be checking windows, locking doors twice, jumping at every car outside, every unknown phone call, every shadow. And Naomi probably feels the same now too, especially after Grayson's comments about her husband. Because what if he's telling the truth? What if corruption really does run deeper than she realized? That's what this episode did so brilliantly. It poisoned trust everywhere. Nobody feels safe anymore. Nobody feels innocent anymore. And honestly, I think that was the point. Because the story isn't just about secrets. It's about what secrets do to people. The paranoia, the manipulation, the isolation, the way fear slowly destroys every relationship around you until you can't tell who's protecting you and who's using you. And Grayson, wow, he's become the perfect example of that destruction. A man who probably thought he could manage darkness without becoming part of it. A man who wanted love while living inside lies. A man who waited too long to choose a side. Now the walls are closing in. Leah knows he's unstable. Ashley left him. Naomi distrusts him. Plasma is watching everybody. And somewhere out there, somebody is watching Leah too. This is insane. And I genuinely think the next episodes are going to get even darker because once surveillance enters a storyline, betrayal escalates fast. People disappear. Evidence vanishes. Characters start turning on each other. And the scariest part, I don't think Grayson survives this war unless he finally tells the truth. All of it.